Well, g'day viewers. I've got a question from Gary about the silver price. Will a vaccine make a difference or make the silver price go back down? And my short answer is absolutely not. If there was a vaccine discovered or produced, I'm skeptical about that. They still haven't got one for all the other viruses that have been out. So, I doubt whether they're going to get one, but never mind. Even if they did, it won't make any difference to the price of silver. And my reason is several reasons. That the most notably is Australia's money supply, which is actually Australia's currency supply, because its money is its gold and silver, but this is the fiat currency. And there we came off the gold standard just there, what was left of it. But here we've never seen this straight up. If you go back here, you can't find a line going that distance like that, and it's what they call in the hockey stick moment. So it's just going to go. It may fluctuate a little bit, but it'll just go like that. It's going to go straight up from all the stimulus. The stimulus hasn't even started to seep its way into the rest of the economy, and it will show up. This is an inflation tax. Instead of saying we're going to raise taxes, this is devalue the dollar. It will steal the purchasing power of each dollar in existence, and it has been, and it is. It's happening right now. Right now, we are right in the middle of a huge financial crisis. So if you're treading water thinking everything's fine, and we are selling properties. People are buying properties for cash. They're selling out of other places and coming in. They're coming in from the cities. There's people flooding into the Atherton Tablelands to get away from civil unrest and who knows what else. And there is still some borrowed money out there, but I don't think a great deal. We're seeing more cash come out of the stock market and frighten people that are frightened of having those digits become something smaller and make them poorer. They're frightened of it happening again. And I would say, now, well, we're on trading economics. So there's the money supply. Here's the total Australian credit, they call it, but it's actually debt. It's 7 trillion, 416 billion, 776 million, and 70, well, actually I can't even finish it because it's going up that fast. Have a look at that. You just hit 200,000 and look how fast it's going. We'll be at 300 now. There we go. See that? 100,000 every few seconds. And it doesn't really matter that some of it's government, some of it's private, some of it's corporate. You can break it all up. I mean, there's the government's debt, $1.16 trillion. But look at it, it's just going around like a little chainsaw, isn't it? So there we go. That's a good chart. That only goes up to, we're at 217. So it looks a little bit like the money supply, because that is the money supply. The supply of credit is the money supply at the moment. It's the currency supply. It's not money. It's just made up. It's fake. It's fake, like fake news. It's fake money. It's fake currency. So we have the historic silver prices in Australia, and we got up to $50 here in 2011, and because of all that currency creation, this silver price has been in a bit of a bear for a fair while, and it stopped hitting its bottoms a while ago, and we sort of knew, or the people I listened to were telling me that's about it there. And I started buying silver, and it was costing me, $20 an ounce Australian. maybe even less than that at one stage. And right now, it says they're 29.88. But if you go to buy silver online, see this, it says pre-order. These are, you know, see, they'll sell you fake silver allocated, pool allocated, so you don't know if it's there or not. But there's a 10 ounce, 358. The first 10 ounce I ever bought was about $240. But it says pre-order. You have to pre-order it and wait for it. Now this is a kilo. Here's a kilo. It's the 1,074. Now the first kilo I ever bought was 650 Australian dollars in 2005. So we've nearly doubled in 5 years in physical, in the hand. Now, of course, you click on this and you order this and you'll pay a little bit of insurance and transport as well. So here we go. Oh, that's dropped a bit today. Still pre-order. So the only thing like I can find that I can get right now, today I went on here, see there's a pre-order. Well, there's a buy now, but that's $42. So the Krugerrand here, I can get it straight away for $40 an ounce, plus, you know, postage and insurance. $40 an ounce. So this silver price means nothing. Just $30 an ounce on today on the market here. It does mean a lot, as in we're in a shift. We've bounced off the bottom and we're off to the races because of that. That's it. It all correlates, and it should do. The more currency they create, the higher that price will get. So, you know, the real world, it's already there, and there is no downside to it. There is no downside risk. It's just going to go through the roof. Once the velocity of currency, once all the currency that the government is creating at the moment and pumping into the economy, once the speed of that picks up in the amount of times it changes hands in a year, because it's been very, very, you know, slow and stuck with the shutdown and everything, but with all the stimulus, I mean, people are now have got those super payments, those 10,000 payments. They're spending them on their cars. They're buying new computers if they can. And it's starting to speed up the pace at which it goes through the economy. And when that speeds up just that little bit more, we're going to see the price rises, which were the result of the expansion of the currency supply. There is also a massive deflation trying to happen at the same time. So everything is trying to go, but the last thing that the government wants is to have deflation, because it loses its tax base. But it will not be long. And the next shift up in silver, and I don't really care what dollars it's worth. It's what I can buy with those dollars. It's what I can trade that silver for. But in dollar terms, it'll jump to 100 in a hurry, and maybe even just further off to the races. 500. It depends on whether that line continues going straight up, which I expect it probably will. It's at the point in time where there's no turning back. So that's some of my reasoning behind the silver. Also, there was a big chart that I wanted to put up, but I can't find it. Well, I can't wait for the thing to feed through to the drive. But silver's a very small market. If you look at silver as in a pyramid like that, you know, and up here you have derivatives and bank money and all the fake currency that they're floating around with, betting on things, and you know, all the pension funds and all the unfunded liabilities and everything, and you come right down and you end up down here and you get a tiny little piece of the economy is investable gold, and then a tinier piece of silver. And when that all that investment grade, when all those hedge fund investors in the real world run to the safe haven of silver because it is extremely cheap. Another chart I don't have up at the moment is the gold to silver ratio. Now it's back to about 85 apparently today, but it's been as high as 125 to 1, silver to gold ratio. You need 100, well, today you need 85, I think it is, around about 85 ounces of silver to buy an ounce of gold, and you should need about 10 to 15. So the gold silver ratio is another factor in where we're at in the cycle, and it needs to shore itself back up and come back to a more real scenario where it is closer to 10 to 15, the amount of ounces of silver to buy an ounce of gold. So everything is lined up for silver to go to the moon, to just blow away the charts in Australian dollar terms, because everything is lined up for Australian dollar hyperinflation. And the only way to avoid that hyperinflation is for interest rates to be allowed to rise to the levels that they should have already risen to more than 10 years ago in the financial crisis. More than 10 years ago. Interest rates should have been allowed to rise like they were in the 80s, and overnight we would have wiped out all the malinvestment in the economy and the bad debt, and everything would have found its fair value and the market would have cleared. But we decided, as governments always do, and when they have a central bank at their disposal, is to create more currency and blow up some more bubbles and make us all feel rich again. But this time it's over. This time it's finished. They can't do it for any longer. They've been doing it for 100 years, actually. But I'll leave that for another video. So hopefully they find a vaccine. But either way, it won't make any difference at all. The economy is shot. The shutdown is causing many deaths, and there is much. We're hiding the unemployment rate. We're hiding the despair out there. Really, we're hiding it. We're covering it up with fake money, but it won't last much longer. And I think by the time the dates actually come around that they say they're going to wind back the job seeker and job keeper, by that time, they may be changing their mind. They may be saying, well, this is unprecedented, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have to do something again. I would predict that. But we will see. Thanks for watching.